The most serene Republic of Genoa was an independent state from 1005 to 1797 in Liguria on the northwestern Italian coast, incorporating Corsica from 1347 to 1768, and numerous other territories throughout the Mediterranean. During its peak in the 16th century, it was a satellite state of the Spanish Empire. It began when Genoa became a self-governing commune within the Regnum Italicum, and ended when it was conquered by French First Republic under Napoleon and replaced with the Ligurian Republic. Corsica was ceded in the Treaty of Versailles of 1768. The Ligurian Republic was annexed by the First French Empire in 1805, and its restoration was briefly proclaimed in 1814 following the defeat of Napoleon, but was ultimately annexed by the Kingdom of Sardinia in 1815. Before 1100, Genoa emerged as an independent city-state, one of a number of Italian city-states during this period. Nominally, the Holy Roman Emperor was overlord and the Bishop of Genoa was president of the city. However, actual power was wielded by a number of consuls, annually elected by popular assembly. Genoa was one of the so-called maritime republics, along with Venice, Pisa, and Amalfi. Trade, shipbuilding and banking helped support one of the largest and most powerful navies in the Mediterranean. The Adorno, Campo Fregoso, and other smaller merchant families all fought for power in this republic, as the power of the consuls allowed each family faction to gain wealth and power in the city. The Republic of Genoa extended over modern Liguria and Piedmont, Sardinia, Corsica, Nice, and had practically complete control of the Tyrrhenian Sea. Through Genoa's participation on the Crusades, Genoa's colonies were established in the Middle East, in the Aegean, in Sicily and northern Africa. Overview. The collapse of the Crusader states was offset by Genoa's alliance with the Byzantine Empire. As Venice's relations with the Byzantine Empire were temporarily disrupted by the Fourth Crusade and its aftermath, Genoa was able to improve its position. Genoa took advantage of this opportunity to expand into the Black Sea and Crimea. Internal feuds between the powerful families, the Grimaldi and Fieschi, the Doria, Spinola, and others caused much disruption. But in general the Republic was run much as a business affair. In 1218 to 1220 Genoa was served by the Guelph podesta Rambottino Buvalelli, who probably introduced Occitan literature to the city, which was soon to boast such troubadours as Jacques Grilles, Lanfranc Sigala, and Boniface Calvo. Genoa's political zenith came with its victory over the Republic of Pisa at the naval battle of Meloria in 1284, and with a temporary victory over its rival, Venice, at the naval battle of Curzola in 1298. However, this prosperity did not last. The Black Death was imported into Europe in 1347 from the Genoese trading post at Kaffa in Crimea, on the Black Sea. Following the economic and population collapse, Genoa adopted the Venetian model of government, and was presided over by a doge. The wars with Venice continued, and the War of Chioggia, where Genoa almost managed to decisively subdue Venice, ended with Venice's recovery of dominance in the Adriatic. In 1390 Genoa initiated a crusade against the Barbary pirates with help from the French and laid siege to Mardia. Though it has not been well studied, the 15th century seems to have been a tumultuous time for Genoa. After a period of French domination from 1394 to 1409, Genoa came under rule by the Visconti of Milan. Genoa lost Sardinia to Aragon, Corsica to internal revolt, and its Middle Eastern, Eastern European and Asia Minor colonies to the Turkish Ottoman Empire. Genoa was able to stabilize its position as it moved into the 16th century, particularly thanks to the efforts of Andrea Doria, who established a new constitution in 1528, making Genoa a satellite of the Spanish Empire. Under the ensuing economic recovery, many aristocratic Genoese families, such as the Balbia, Doria, Grimaldi, Pallavicini, and Serra, amassed tremendous fortunes. According to Felipe Fernandez Armesto and others, The practices Genoa developed in the Mediterranean were crucial in the exploration and exploitation of the New World. Christopher Columbus, for example, was a native of Genoa and donated 1/10 of his income from the discovery of the Americas for Spain to the Bank of St. George in Genoa for the relief of taxation on foods. At the time of Genoa's peak in the 16th century, the city attracted many artists, including Rubens, Caravaggio, and Van Dyck. The architect Galeazzo Alessi designed many of the city's splendid palazzi, as did in the decades that followed by 50 years Bartolomeo Bianco, designer of centerpieces of University of Genoa. A number of Genoese Baroque and Rococo artists settled elsewhere and a number of local artists became prominent. Territories. When the Republic of Genoa was established in the early 11th century, it consisted of the city of Genoa and the surrounding areas. As the commerce of the city increased, so did the territory of the Republic. In 1015, the entirety of Liguria was part of the Republic of Genoa. After the First Crusade in 1098, Genoa gained settlements in Syria. The majority of them were lost during the campaigns of Saladin. In 1261 the city of Smyrna became Genoa's territory. In 1255 Genoa established the colony of Kaffa in Crimea. In the following years the Genoese established the colonies of Soldia, Cherco and Cembalo. In 1275 the islands of Chios and Samos were granted by the Byzantine Empire to Genoa. Between 1316 and 1332 Genoa established the colonies of Lartana and Samson in the Black Sea. In 1355 Lesbos was granted to Genoa. In the end of the 14th century the colony of Samastri was established in the Black Sea and Cyprus was granted to the Republic. At that period the Republic of Genoa also controlled 1/4 of Constantinople, capital of the Byzantine Empire, and Trebizond, capital of the Empire of Trebizond. Most Genoese territories were conquered by the Ottoman Empire during the 15th century. Other territories outside Italy, Judicature of Logudoro 1259–1325, North Aegean Sea possessions, centered at Chios 1261–1566, Southern Crimea possessions of Gazaria 1266–1475, Island of Corsica 1284–1768.